My name is Holly Luhtala, and this is my story. My husband passed away in November of 2016. A friend of a friend told me there's a great program for children who have lost a parent or a sibling or a loved one. My children were grieving, as well as myself. We all needed help. We were getting private care. My children weren't connecting with private care. They needed to understand they weren't the only ones that lost a loved one, and they needed to connect with other children. Friend of a friend told me about a function that Trustbridge was having, and last minute we canceled our plans and we showed up, and my older one kicked and screamed and didn't want to go. The little one happily went along, and they had face painting, they had a pizza party, they had a DJ, and within minutes of walking through the door, we felt at home, we felt loved, we felt comfort. My children were able to meet other children that had lost a parent, and they didn't feel isolated or alone any longer. My husband's name was Mark Luhtala. He was an aviator. He owned a jet maintenance center in Palm Beach County. His passion was for off-road racing. We live here in the tropics, so he would have to travel to Mexico, California, Texas, or Arizona for racing. And he died during the Baha 1000 in 2016.
You're ready.
Okay, sorry I got winded with that one, just thinking about coming back. My husband passed away racing in Mexico. It was the day before Thanksgiving. When he passed, I had to fly home from San Diego to be with my daughters to tell them on Thanksgiving Day that their dad was no longer alive or ever coming home again. Over a year and a half, 2 years, I had spent out of pocket for my own counseling as well as grief counseling for the girls and play therapy and such. They both felt very isolated. A friend of a friend told me there was a great functioning happening one night through Trustbridge. I'd never heard of Trustbridge. My husband was never in hospice care at all. I looked elsewhere for help and really couldn't find anything that was a good fit until we walked in last minute into one of your functions that you had at Trustbridge. And my children instantly didn't feel alone anymore. There were other children that had lost a mom or a dad that understood their grief, that understood what they were going through. While they were playing, I too met other people who had lost a spouse or a brother or a sister or someone very close to them. And we got each other. We understood the feelings of anger and the feelings of being cheated of our lives. We understood each other not sleeping. We understood the hurdles. We all were in different phases of grief, but a lot of us exchanged numbers and became the buddy system. You know, if you can't sleep, text me, call me, I'm here. And some of us still, get the kids together. We get each other through the hard times. And I never expected to be a 44-year-old widow. And it's hard to try to find a place where people of my age understand what my kids and I are going through. So thank you for your help. Camp Stingray was an amazing experience. At first I wasn't sure. It was a little bit of a drive for us. How was she gonna like it? It's all day kind of thing. And she came home with her bright orange t-shirt, could not wait to go back the next day, made a whole bunch of friends. You had great activities. She learned a lot through the movie that you all showed. She was open about her feelings and talking about, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm joyful, I'm remorseful, I'm angry. So it really helped her to open up about the different feelings that you all had talked about. So she was much more open, and she made friends, so she had a good time. I'm a member of many grief groups online. I've pretty much have had a big voice for other widows out there. There's many, or widowers, there's many people who are barely getting by through their day, and they need help. and they need love and they need attention and they need to understand it's okay and there is help available if you don't have the resources. And some of us do have the resources. And if you do, what a great way to give back to the community by helping someone who's hurting. So it would be amazing.